What is up, internet? I am back, and after a while, I'm here to give you one of my biggest videos ever. I know I said basically the same thing for the Ezekiel video, but that video also we skipped the aftermath challenges, and we also skipped the reward challenges. But no, this is Total Drama Island. There ain't no aftermath, there ain't no reward challenges. And today, forget Ezekiel. Ezekiel's gone by now. The star of the show, it's Noah. Noah's the star of the show, okay? And other people, but Noah is the focus of today's video. You've read the title. You know what it is. This is What If Noah Played in the Dodgeball. And yes, it said part 1. I will get to that later. Alright, we start off with episode 4. Obviously, Noah participates, but I don't think he's going to do that well, so I think the Screaming Gophers are still going to win. And here is the first elimination of this video. So we have Heather with her 3 friends. And if you notice back in episode 3, Owen, saves Noah from a river, so they're at least on mutual respect for each other. And back in episode 1, and Owen and Izzy had their little banner. So I feel like these 3 are going to start to form. So it's like Noah, Izzy, and Owen against Heather, Lindsay, and Beth. And they're going to be like, okay, who should go first? And Noah notices that, Justin's the super hot guy that all the girls love. So he's going to be like, what if we get rid of Justin? He's super attractive, and on top of that, he already is a supermodel. He should have a lot of money. And remember the time that he cheated for the sleeping challenge? What if he does the same thing for our team, but then that gets our team the loss? So he's going to talk to that, Owen and Izzy to try to convince them. I feel like he would also go to, Gwen and LaShawna and them, and, because I feel like all the groups at this point, all the groups are starting to form. So I feel like Justin would definitely be the one to go. I also feel like Heather, Lindsay, and Beth would probably try to save their skin by voting, hearing that, Noah's the one that's having a plan to vote off Justin. But I feel like it was also Heather. I think this will make Heather think Noah is a little bit of a threat that probably should get rid of later. Episode 5, we have the challenge. It's pretty simple, really. I think that the Killer Bass are going to win again because, Heather reads the diary, and Justin isn't even here to get second place. Harold still does his beatboxing thing. So, yeah, the Killer Bass win. And who they're going to vote out? I personally think it's going to be Lindsay. Now, you're going to be like, whoa, wait, why Lindsay? And it's because Cody's going to vote for Trent. I just want to get that out of the way. So, I feel like, and everybody's going to be mad at Heather for reading the diary. And Heather can't get Izzy and Owen on their team anymore, because Noah is there to stop her from doing this. So, Noah is going to be like, okay, we need to pick off Heather's army one by one by one, and then leave just her till the end. Because no one knows that she still is a persistent player that wants to win. She will just do it in any means possible. So she's going to get Gwen and them on her side. They're going to be like, okay, let's agree to do this. Let's make Heather suffer before we make her go. And they're going to be like, which one should we get off? And they're going to be like, Lindsay did that in the dodgeball challenge. She was also hanging out with Tyler. So we should probably vote her out. So they all agree to vote out Lindsay, except for Cody, votes at Trent. But that does not matter. And I do think these 3 would probably vote out Noah, but doesn't really matter. Episode 6, the camping challenge will go the exact same way. Noah and Lindsay's appearance in this episode would not change what the Killer Bass do. So Duncan's still going to tell this hook story, but it's going to be basically the same elimination. So bye-bye, Katie. Oops. I always get Katie and Sadie confused because they do literally nothing. Have you noticed that? They've only competed in one season, not even making it to the merge in that one season. and doing nothing in that one season. Good character development. 10 out of 10. Episode 7, we have the Fear Challenge. Yeah, I forgot the name. Okay, Fear Challenge. Here's gonna be the rundown. I'm gonna put the people that do their challenge successfully up here. So we know that Bev does her challenge, Heather does her challenge, Izzy and Owen do their challenge, Lashana bails from her challenge, Gwen does her challenge. We know Cody fails his challenge, and we know Trent does his challenge. We also know that Noah is a scrawny dude, so I think his challenge, like his fear, would be, okay, this is like a little thinking out of the box, but I think his challenge would be like, I'm afraid of being the non-popular kid in school, and I feel like he would have to stand up to all the people calling him a nerd, and he would not be able to do that. Meanwhile, the people on the Killer Bass, I'm just gonna put Katie over here so it doesn't get like confusing to think like, wait, why is Katie back? So we know that Sadie's probably still gonna do her challenge. It doesn't really matter because Sadie was the one to think of it at first. We know Bridget fails her challenge. We know Harold does his challenge. We know DJ does his challenge. We know Duncan does his challenge. We know Jeff does his challenge. Because, like, if you look at the original, he does the hail, and we know Tyler stayed in the chicken coop. So I don't know why they didn't count these two. It just doesn't really make that much sense. But moving on. Courtney's going to end up being like, they have more people than us. That's not fair. And then Chris is going to be like, oh, but there's one person left, and the green jello thing happens. Courtney doesn't do it, so Killer Bass lose this challenge. So who do I think they're going to vote off? I think Duncan's going to be like a little bit of a simp for Courtney, and I feel like these four are starting to like form a bond a little, and they're going to look at the people that didn't do their challenge, Bridget and Courtney, that's it. And they're gonna be, Jeff's kind of like in a thing with Bridget a little bit, so they're gonna be like, well, who's really annoying here? And they're gonna find either like Harold or Sadie, and I think they're just gonna say, well, Katie left, why don't we bring Sadie with Katie? So they just eliminate Sadie here, and I think this is beautiful because it gets Sadie and Katie out while giving someone with huge potential, Noah, in, and someone who actually did his challenge in the original, Tyler, in. So it all gets out in a smooth line. Moving on, episode 8 is still probably going to remain the same. The killer Harold throws the sticks into the fire. Izzy suggests that they paddle boat. They win because of that. However, the pairs might be a little different. I mean, who knows? I don't think it would add that much impact because they're like still separate to their self and to their alliances. Episode 8, it doesn't really matter who gets eliminated in this episode because we know the cops come for Izzy and then Izzy gets away. So like even if Izzy doesn't get eliminated, which she probably would, I feel like Noah would try to defend Izzy from getting eliminated, but she's still probably getting eliminated because Heather is always going to be like, ooh, a chance to get rid of one of Noah's allies. I'll take it. So Izzy still gets eliminated here, sadly. And we move on to episode 9. Now, the team that I think is going to win this challenge, it's probably going to end up being the Killer Bass. Just because I think Heather and Beth are going to have their fallout. And I do think Noah, behind like the trees, is going to watch it happen. And then Lashana shoots Heather. And I feel like Noah would probably, like, if he ends up being a hunter instead of someone else, I think he's going to attack. Like, say he's a hunter instead of Cody. I think he's also going to shoot Heather. And I still think Cody's going to get attacked by the bear, since those are the only chips Beth has, and he gives it to Cody. And Cody gets attacked by the bear, so Cody gets eliminated, even though Heather totally deserved to. But that's what I call plot armor. Episode 10, the cooking challenge. The episode where this shows even more of Heather's plot armor. Because I forgot to mention, Beth would also grab the immunity idol back in episode 8. I mean, not the immunity idol, the curse idol thingamajiggy. So, I still think the Screaming Gophers would lose. and I still think the elimination would be the same. Because I think it's going to go down like this. These four are going to be chatting with each other, because like in the original, and Owen's going to mention the curse thing. I feel like Noah would try to tell Owen, like, yeah, but like we should get rid of Heather in this instance. It doesn't matter if Beth had a curse. But he's probably going to be a little bit outnumbered by everybody else. And forcing Heather to live another day, sadly. Anyways, episode 11. This one was a little bit difficult, just a little bit. But what I think is going to end up happening is that it's a trust challenge. So the first part of the challenge is going to be with these two and these two. And I think the same thing's going to happen with Gwen winning. So I'm just going to put Heather up here since she can't participate anymore. And these two losing. The next part is going to be with Bridget and Jeff. And probably now Trent and Noah. And I think one thing we misunderstood back then, Bridget is a vegetarian. And she has to cook a fish. And there's no way Bridget is going to chop a fish up in cold blood. And I think Noah would present something at least better than Bridget would. At least better than nothing. And at least way more better than what Lindsay did. I don't think he would be able to do this sushi thing, but it's better than nothing. So we know that the next one's going to be Lashana and Owen. And probably Heather and like Tyler or something. And they're still probably going to win, Owen and Lashana. And even if you don't agree with that, we know in like the sliding thing that the bunny's going to be found if DJ takes off the blindfold. So that gets revealed. So yeah, they're still losing. And here is where I think Harold's going to realize he's the odd man out and this is his time to rig the vote instead of next episode. So he rigs the vote for Courtney. And it's a shame that like her and Duncan didn't have their like little love thing. It's sad, but it's true. So, episode 12 anyways. I think this team's still going to lose Killer Bass. Because Gwen's still going to hang on the longest, no matter like what Courtney and Duncan do. Yeah, he's going to get Chef mad, but that didn't affect their placement in the challenge. So, yeah. The Screaming Gophers win again. And I think it's pretty obvious. Harold just got to go. Odd man out, man. Odd man out. Because there's no way he's going to be able to rig it again. Harold knows this, so he has to say goodbye. Farewell, total drama. Shame that he wouldn't have his resolution with Shauna, but like if they said like another note from your secret admirer, he probably would tell her, Anyways, episode 13. This was like the Extreme Sports Challenge. So, first of the Extreme Sport Challenge, we know that Owen's going to sit on the thing, causing them not to move it. So, DJ gets the win for that one. We know the next one, Lashana gets the win for this one. And the final one is the one where you have the most difficult. Where it's the most difficult. So, it's either going to be Bridget or Tyler. And I believe it would probably be Tyler's going to be like, I'll do this for my team. And then it's either going to be Noah and Duncan or or Owen and Duncan. Which is just, it's a little weird, but okay. So, or Gwen, that's still an option, but it doesn't really matter. So, I think it's going to be Noah and Duncan, because I feel like Noah would be determined to win for his team, to show everybody that he's not just a little scrawny boy, and I think he's going to be able to grab all the flags and cross the same way that Lindsay kinda did. Meanwhile, Heather and Tyler, Heather's still going to do the thing, and Tyler's still going to have his, same reaction that Harold would, and he's going to crash, causing Noah to win it for his team. and Tyler getting eliminated. Bye-bye, Tyler. We will miss you. And it is merge time. Time to get old Izzy back from the elimination house of shame thing. And now we move on to episode 15. The episode where I think the exact same order of events is going to happen because everybody hates Eva. Sure, you could probably have Noah voting for Heather. You know, a little bit of that, but still, it's not going to work. Now, here is where I was originally going to cut it up into 2 parts, but I'm actually going to do this episode because this is where Noah plays his biggest big brain move ever, and I just want to share that as a little bit of a cliffhanger thing for you guys, just to keep you entertaining for that part 2. So, we're going to have the exact same thing happen. Heather gets the key to the chef's room, and Heather's going to get immunity. She's going to pull the thing with Trent. She obviously wouldn't do it a little bit more harder since she doesn't have Izzy or Lindsay now to do it, but she's still going to somehow find a way to do it. And then LaShawn is going to tell everybody about this. It's going to be a thing. So I'm going to put all the people that LaShawn tells and that we know are going to go along with, that are going to vote. We know that Heather will vote for Trent. We know that Jeff would. We know that DJ would. We know that Bridget would. All in the name of manipulation. We know that Duncan would, leaving these 6, and Noah's gonna be like, it's Heather. Are you kidding me? It's Heather. So he's gonna go up to Trent. He's gonna be like, all right, what happened? And he's gonna say like, I was tricked to be kissed. And he's gonna go over to Gwen and be like, you two need to talk this out. Because Heather is trying to pull a big brain move, and I am not letting this happen. So they're gonna reconcile, and they're gonna agree not to vote each other off. And then they're gonna tell LaShawn. Is gonna be like, oh no, I have to tell LaShawn, and LaShawn's gonna be like, uh-oh, I kind of told everybody. And they're like, it's okay. We have enough people. We can survive. We just need to figure out who to vote off since Heather has immunity. And they're going to be like, why don't we vote off Duncan? He's mean. He's probably the one who's going to make it the farthest in this game. So they all agree. And then Duncan gets eliminated. And Heather is mad at Noah. She is so ticked off. And Noah's going to be pretty pleased with himself. And I feel like the relationship between Gwen and Trent is going to, be on a little, you know. And that is where we're going to leave the story for now. Because I didn't want to have to make another, 30-minute video for you guys to watch. Because I don't want to make you watch half an hour of me talking. I'm going to split it up into 2. And the only way you're going to see it is if this channel hits 300 subscribers. So go and hit that subscribe button, and if this channel hits 300 subscribers and this video gets over 20 likes, then I'll upload part 2 to this video. I'll see you guys next time in part 2, and goodbye.